Hey guys, how's it going? Eminem Gaming here, and today we're back with another video. And today we've got two topics to talk about. Um, some very interesting news, rumors, I guess. But first of all, as you can see, PlayStation 4 Neo, which I just think is an awesome name in general. I'm not going to read articles or anything. I'm just going to give you the specs, my opinion, why I think this is going to be successful, and who this really is aimed at. So I'm going to give you the specs now. On the original PS4, the GPU is 8 Jaguar cores at 1.6 gigahertz. The Neo will have 8 Jaguar cores at 2.1 gigahertz, so slightly more powerful. The GPU, AMD GCN 18CUS at 800 megahertz. On the new one, it will be an improved AMD GCN at 36 CUs at 911 megahertz. The memory on the original PS4 is 8 gigabytes, GDDR5 176 gigabytes. I don't know what that means. And on the new one, 8 gigabytes, GDDR5 and 218 gigabytes. What that shows, from what I've seen from people who actually know what they're talking about, is what that means is there's absolutely no chance this is doing 4K gaming. Absolutely no chance. Maybe upscaling it, maybe, putting the 4K image out there, but it's not going to be 4K gaming like you would have on a PC. It's slightly more powerful. Now, some people are a little bit frustrated that it's not more powerful, but bear in mind it's only $400, which is the launch price of a PlayStation 4, and it is relatively more powerful, and all that sort of good stuff. There's going to be some very important things in this that I think are going to be more key to this doing successful than the power. I think the power is there, I think, to aid VR. I generally think that. I think you're going to get more 60 frames per second games if you're big into your 60 FPS games. 1080p 60 will be locked, I think, with this update. So what they're going to do is they're going to have a Neo version of the game, and they're going to have the regular version of the game. Now, before you start saying this is terrible, it's going to split the community, it's not really going to do that, because it's the same game, just one may run at a better frame rate. They're probably going to be the same resolution, but one's going to run at a better frame rate. And that's about it. Solid frame rates, higher frame rates, better graphics. That's about it. But it's not going to be like the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4, or the PS2 to the PS3, or the PS1 to the PS2. It's not that big of an upgrade. In fact, every single, as far as I'm aware, hardware integration or whatever, like your PS3 to the Slim to the Super Slim, every single one of them gets more powerful, it gets more streamlined, and it gets more cost effective for Sony. That's the whole reason they make a Slim. Same with the PS2 and the One. They make it more streamlined, and as we know, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo are closed boxes. So if they don't upgrade or put a little bit more power, they basically stay stagnant. And we know with advances in technology that basically putting these systems out, you can get more powerful consoles for cheaper the longer a generation goes on. That's why they make the Slims. Now, what are we going to get? $400 looks the asking price. Are you going to get any exclusive games? No, you're not going to get a single exclusive on the Neo. You may say, well, why would I buy one? Well, I'm going to talk about that now. Why you're going to want to buy this is if you've got a 4K TV, they're going to put a 4K Blu-ray player within the system. More than likely, it's not going to be a discless thing. It's going to be probably have a 4K Blu-ray player. Now, I'm not too sure on the pricing of for example, Samsung's 4K Blu-ray player. But I assume it's going to be around about the same price as a PS4, just like the PS3 did when the PS3 came out and they put the Blu-ray player in there. It took a while for it to take off, but people were like, it's basically the price of a 4K, a Blu-ray player anyway. I may as well get this thing that can play games. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that's going to be the main focus. You know, they're preparing for when the 4K era comes in. What this also does, is it sort of revitalizes the brand. I'm not saying the PlayStation is struggling. It just won March MPD with no. Well, they had MLB The Show, so that's not really. But they didn't have a big third-party marketing deal. And they won it by like 100,000, you know what I mean, in the US. So they're not struggling, let's just say that. But sometimes you can feel a little bit stagnant. The sales can slightly dip a little bit, which they actually did last month. I feel if you put out this new console, it's gonna, you know, get the name out there again, get PlayStation's name up there, get a little bit boost in sales. Also, better VR games, maybe more VR games because they can actually run on it. Do you see what I'm saying? Or better run on it. So that's going to be awesome. But yeah, I think this is a very, very smart move by Sony. Not alienating their consumer base, not destroying the consumer base, not having a new interface, not making it a new system. Basically, perfect for me. Like, I get the mid. I like to, because at the moment I've got PS3 Super Slim. I've got, you know, the PS4, you know, but I wouldn't mind getting the new version if it's a little bit slimmer. It looks a little bit better. The games run a little bit better. That's great for me. But I'm going to tell you now, do I think you guys should buy this game? This console, sorry. For me, I would say maybe depend. If you care about graphics and frame rates, I'd recommend it. If you want a slimmer console, I'd recommend it. If you don't mind trading up or whatever, yeah. If you've got your console, you've had it since launch, and you think, I could trade this in, still working, still got the controllers, still got all the wires. Trade this in, you'll get a good deal off it. You know, and yeah, you're going to be paying like half the price and you're getting a more powerful console. But would I recommend this? For most people, probably not. Like, I ain't even going to lie. I mean, I'm interested in it, but I wouldn't recommend it as something I'd recommend you need. Like, you need this. You don't really need any of this stuff. But like, what I'd recommend, I'd say, if you're not that interested in the upgrading and all that sort of stuff, what I'd personally recommend is just get yourself 8 or 9 new video games, you know what I mean? Get yourself some 9 AAA games this holiday season, or even get yourself a PlayStation VR headset, which is awesome. For me, what I'd do is I'd get, you know, a VR headset, get yourself Horizon, and you probably, you know what I'm saying, like, you're probably going to be around that ballpark mark anyway, so you may as well pay the little bit extra and get yourself a nice AAA game, get yourself a VR headset, or just get yourself, like I say, 8 AAA games, do you know what I'm saying, for the price. For me, I probably will be picking it up, though, this holiday season, just to, I want to try it, I honestly do. I want to, you know, I love Uncharted. And that's something, they will be, devs will be given the option to go back to their old games, probably Uncharted, and you know, use the power. So maybe I'm not saying the online's going to have a boost. I don't think that's what he's going to do. But maybe the single player could be pushed up to 60 FPS, so 1080p 60. That would be great. But let me know, guys. Are you interested in it, or? But I think it's going to be very successful. I think it's going to push Sony's lead at the top this generation, just over the top, I think. Obviously, they were probably going to win the generation anyway, but I think this is going to give them a massive lead. And basically, if 4K takes off, they're in a very good position as a company to really reap the rewards of 4K because of the 4K Blu-ray player. But let me know, guys, am I wrong? Do you think this is a terrible move by Sony? Do you think it's a smart move? Did you want more power? Did you want native 4K gaming? Let me know, obviously, down below, guys, and I'll always comment back. But let's talk about something more gaming related, and Sony Ben's game may have been announced. Now, Shinobi 602, now bear in mind, you know, some people, like, if they hear about company insiders, they don't care, but Shinobi 602 is pretty legitimate when it comes to, you know, it comes to his whole Twitter thing, and NeoGaf, he predicts a lot of stuff. So this was his tweet. I'm going to read it quote for quote. Dead scavenge, we survive. Don't fear them, on metal and bikes we drive. Ride don't run, the apocalypse is good fun. Hashtag dead don't ride. Hashtag Sony Bend. Now, that is very interesting because the name's badass, let's be honest here. The name is like badass. Like, I thought that was awesome. My little bit of worry is, like, is this going to be a Mad Max clone? Is this going to be Dead Rising? You know, I mean, I didn't really like Mad Max, so it was like, I liked the movie, I just didn't really like the game. And then you got, like, I guess, so you got Mad Max. Dead Rising, I mean, I've never played Dead Rising game, I'm going to be completely honest with you. So, it looks fun, but, I mean, it's not, I've got an Xbox One, I haven't played it, so I think that shows that maybe I'm not that interested in it. But, I mean, I heard rumours of The Last of Us, so it would be strange if it was The Last of Us on bikes, maybe a gang sort of apocalypse sort of setup. That would be pretty cool, but yeah, pretty interesting. But another little bit of information, again, we're spouting out the rumours again today, guys, but bear with me on this. But on NeoGaf, apparently a person predicted this. He predicted in 2014 that Dead Don't Ride will be the name of Sony Ben's game. He also, in the same post, said that Crash Bandicoot will be announced this year for E3 2016. Crash Bandicoot, he said that about Last Guardian, Final Fantasy VII. He also said about The Last of Us 2 sequel or whatever, as well as, which was very strange this, now I don't know if I believe this just because of this next statement, but The Last of Us sequel, okay, I could believe that, I predicted that myself, but he said Naughty Dog space game. Now we know that they had prototypes for them, but 2 games in one E3 from Naughty Dog, I'm not too sure on that one. But obviously we just don't know. It could be. This could be an amazing E3. This could be the E3 of all time. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I say, guys, let me know down below. What do you think of these rumors, these speculation, all this good stuff? Let me know down below. And as always, this has been M&M Gaming. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll catch you guys in a new video very soon.